All right, it's 11:11. I was about to make a wish, but now it's 11:12. Right when I said that, the time changed. Anyway, I'm going to do some viewer challenges. I already have two pending challenges. I posted on my stream schedule I would do viewer challenges today. So let's accept Ronki. Wait, what? Oh, a new game started because I'm watching the top game. I can still accept Ronki. Okay. Playing Ronki. 5-minute game. He's rated 1305. Hopefully things look okay. Let me shift this over a little bit. And let's play chess. Let's play something new. Let's play a Scandi. And instead of queen take, I'll play knight f6. Different approach. Not a bad opening for blitz, actually. Usually leads to easy development. At the highest levels, white gets some edge. Knight takes d5 was a mistake by white, because now black is just dominating the center. And I'll continue to control the center with a multitude of pieces. Hello to people in the chat. Habar. I am playing viewers. Guerio, Super Major Pain, Armageddon, Ginzy Boy saying I'm a chess god. At first I thought you said I'm a chess dog. Well, okay. D3. Let's play E5. Control space. Pour some tea. I started a little bit late, or later than planned, because I forgot to make tea, but now I'm making tea. Or the tea has been made. Now I'm pouring the tea. Okay. My opponent's still thinking. I'm almost up a minute on the clock. We're only on move 7. But it's already slightly less preferable for white. Expecting like bishop developing or castling. Tempted to queenside castle. It's a little bit committal, but the d-file's half open. I would like to play some pawn advance on the king side, like f5, f4. c4 is a move. c4 kind of invites this. Bishop b4, bishop d2. We trade. Maybe bishop b4, bishop d2, queen a5. The drawback of c4 is d3 is now just a kind of a permanent weakness. It's a backward pawn. I'll have full control over the d4 square. And we might trade some things, but that's not going to fix the weakness. I'm attacking b2. I'm expecting queen d2. We could trade a little bit more. I think I'm winning a pawn, actually. First of all, queen takes queen is a mistake because I take in knight c2, and if that, I think I can just take up a clean pawn. Yeah, that d3 pawn did not last for long. And we have a sub, which is slightly hidden. Let me move this slightly over. Thank you, Afar Singh. Okay, so white castles. Now it's a matter of technique. Let's double rooks, only open file. At some point the knight might want to maneuver, or it might want to fork. The majestic fork knight has appeared. What are the odds that I'll end up back rank mating? Like rook here, takes, and I'll play like e4. Bishop e4, interesting. So let's take this, which defends my rook. This is looking pretty winning. I'll play this. I'm threatening this, I'm threatening this. If this, I do this. Okay, let's take a pawn. Kinsey boy repeating himself. It's the second time you're saying you're a chess god. Yeah, I saw it the first time. If anyone's a chess god, it's God. Okay, let's play g6 and play f5. And it's bits from Osogio. Thanks, Osogio. That's a new name. And hello to more people. Humton, Just Add Blue. Just Add Blue, I don't think I've ever adopted you, so you don't have to call me your dad. I guess you can do what you want. Interrupting your guitar practice. My deepest apologies. Okay, so I'm gonna go for like the traditional plan. Like rooks on the 7th. Or the 2nd in this case. How long to get to 2000 rating? Depends how hard you're willing to work. Also depends on like, oh, my opponent resigned. Like ratings don't come overnight, and sometimes they come in like bursts. It takes a lot of patience. My opponent should have at least tried f4, try and like bait me into getting mated, but okay, would not have happened. So good game, Ronki. I have a lot of challenges. I'm gonna play this guy because he was the second person to challenge me, I think. Also, Ronki with a sub. This happened the previous stream too, where like I beat someone and then they subbed to me, and Ryoth with a sub. But actually the previous stream, well, it's a message. Not sure about your status as a deity, but I appreciate your videos, work, education. Have learned a lot from your videos and your talks. Keep it up. Well, thanks for the message. Let's play a normal French. Like normally I play bishop f4. Also, I forgot my stream title says I'm taking opening recommendations, but I don't think anyone has recommended an opening. Also, Just Add Blue gifting 5 subs. That was unexpected and generous. Thanks, Just Add Blue. Unlike the previous stream, that's like small enough for me to read off the names. We have the Woodlayer, we have Fooch SLL, we have Sol Sen. 3's I just pronounce as E's. We have Scott 1369. We have the Punisher 2884. That's a high rating. And we have even Averick. Welcome to the sub club. So I'm playing a Tarrasch, which is actually one of the very first openings I ever learned. My first coach taught it to me. And this is one of the main lines. Black has 2 moves here, queen takes and pawn takes. Play knight f3. From my experience in this line, like half the time against amateur level players, black isn't quick enough to castle, and I'll get a rook to e1 before black can castle, and then things can be very good. So playing this line as black, it's important to be precise. Bishop d7. This is a new position for me. Like usually black starts with knight c6 and not knight f6. I'm thinking about just queen e2. And then if bishop e7, I can take and win a pawn. Seems greedy, but a pawn is a pawn. I mean, the other option is just to take, but that seems like it's only helping black. So let's play queen e2. Queen e7. Ah, so now if I take, I lose a piece, which would be tragic. I could play knight e5 as an interesting move. Avoiding the queen trade. That actually looks principled, because if I play knight e5, it's actually a pawn sack. But then the queen blocks the bishop, which blocks the king. Let's play knight e5. And then very soon I'll castle. Wow, a6. So it wants me to trade so the knight can come into the game. I could consider taking the bishop. Wait, this actually looks really nice. Or does it? If I take the bishop, queen takes, we're just trading. If I take the bishop with my bishop, knight takes. Then maybe knight f3. I feel like white has some advantage here. I'm just trying to figure out how to optimize it. I think this is a mistake because of c4. Question is, what do I take on d7 with? Let's just take with the bishop. And then I'll go for knight f3. And this still might be a pawn sack, like black can just take. And then I'm probably castling. And again, like this configuration, like black's going to be slow to castle, unless he wants to castle queenside, but that looks very risky. And hello to more people. Oh, do we have some opening recommendations? Nilesy wants a Grob opening. Maybe. Let me make a list. I'm gonna just make a list so I don't forget. Let's open up a note thing. That way I'll have, I typed in Grob on my phone and it auto-corrected to Grin. Wants me to play the Grin opening, where I just play moves and slightly smile. Knight e4. It's an interesting move. Not sure what that does. Knight e4. I could still castle. Yeah, let's castle. Knight e4 might prepare f6. But okay, I think I have a threat here. I'm probably threatening to take and then knight g5 and doing stuff. Okay, so we have more opening suggestions. We have Grob. Now auto-corrected to Groan. Grob, there we go. Cambridge Springs, a classic. Plays f6. Yeah, let's take. I mean, I could take and play knight d2 and then just go after the knight, then threatening f3. We have bird opening. I think g4, at least according to most engines, is the worst possible first move. Also, is f3 just winning a piece? This is funny because Ben Feingold says never play f3, never play f6. But, okay, f6 was probably a mistake. f3 is just a very strong move. So I think it's always play f3. Whoa. This is going to get spicy though. Look at these pawns. They're so magnificent. I'm actually tempted just to sack back. Then again, I could keep my knight. But what else do I do? Maybe knight c4. I could play around the pawns and pretend they don't exist. Like Santa. Okay, I want to play knight e5 and then bishop f4. and then rook d1, then maybe someday c3. Okay, let's start with knight e5. I'm threatening the queen. There's also tactical threats of this. There's also ideas of taking on f5. There's also cool guy subbing. 13 months in a row. That's just over a year. Thanks, cool guy. Okay, so both queens are hanging. I mean, I could take, but then I lose a rook. So I could play this. Wait, I'm in check? I didn't even realize I was in check. That's not good. Wait, that's really bad. Am I about to lose a queen? For nothing? It took me a moment to see that. Okay, now I have to fight. How do I survive? Rook f2? But then takes, and the problem is, like, if I take the queen, black promotes and mates me. If I play bishop e3, I'm losing a ton of material. Like, bishop e3, takes with check again, takes my knight in the end. I'm down like a rook and a bishop. Okay, so sometimes this will happen in chess where you blunder, but you don't want to rage quit yet. I have to give up the queen. Queen f2 or queen e3? I mean, I think I've considered all the legal moves at this point. Queen. Let's play queen e3. I'll get the bishop to a slightly more active square. And okay, I have minor pieces. Like after takes, I have the only minor pieces on the board. And again, black has only queen on the board. Thankfully, this is casual, but it's still serious. There's a lot of pride on the line. Should have pre-moved this. Okay, so maybe he'll forget the queen's attacked, probably not. There's some idea of like knight c4 and targeting b6. Also, the queen's tied down to defending this pawn. So like if queen d5, I can just take the pawn. That was the best move. I was actually really hoping that black didn't play that move, because now the knight's kind of stuck. I have to move the bishop to defend it. Bishop f4 or bishop d4? Probably bishop d4. If takes, then hopefully I win the c-pawn eventually. Can't believe I missed d3. Like, I was so focused on getting my knight to a better place, and I made a threat too. This black made a stronger threat. And this all happened because I played f3. Yeah. Maybe I was wrong. Castling queenside. Slightly unexpected, but playable. I could play c3. Play bishop c3, probably c3. I have my chain of stuff. Black has his chain of stuff. Yeah, this is going to be a difficult position to survive, because major pieces are better than minor pieces. It's not a bad move. There's actually a trick here. Takes. Okay, I'm going to start with this. There's a few tricks. Trick number one is I want to do this. Trick number 2. Hey, it's bits. Trick number 2 is if takes, 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 I have this. And I win back a queen. I'd still probably be losing the endgame. But, okay. Black has to be careful a little bit. And there's ideas of this. Blockading. This is a very menacing pawn chain. I'm dreaming of some like mating idea. Like I get my bishop to this diagonal, he plays rook d8, and then like somehow knight b6 could be mates. Maybe in an alternate universe. Glad he's thinking here. That's a move. Not the most terrifying move. Like I could play b3. And things seem somewhat stable for being down a queen. Like minor pieces are defended. e3 is under control, which is important. Wow, so he wants to play g5 and pawn storm. I would like to do this, but I hang b3 there. So I'm thinking about this, and then this, and then the rook could just get stuck. Also, kind of touching f5. Like if I get in c4, the rook has to kind of stay guarding the pawn. Then if rook a5, I have b4. I control like all the squares on the 5th rank. Then I'll win the pawn. So the minor pieces, they're doing work. I'm definitely not unemployed. Also wondering if I could trap the rook in the line, like here. There's also rook b4. In that case, the rook could get trapped. Another case, rook a5, bishop c3, rook c5. Yeah, the rook kind of escapes. c4, rook here, b4, rook here. And bishop a3, rook here. Game of cat and mouse. Okay, but my time advantage is growing with every second that passes. Which is another element. Like to come back from bad positions, sometimes you have to use time as a factor. So I'm going to play c4. No need to think. Rook there. Now, okay, so this line is actually happening in real life. It's a bit complex though, because here, counterattacking. I have knight d5. It's interesting actually. Like here, knight d5. Say f4 and I fork. a4 is also a move, but f4 is like so obviously coming next. So I'll start with b4. I might even just win f5 and get the rook active, and then maybe formulate some mating attack. Like here it takes, I have my rook, my bishop, my knight to do something against the king. But I don't want to lose my b4 pawn. Probably knight d5. Knight d5 has another trick to it too. But it's a little bit hopeful. So if rook takes, rook c5, no. Rook c5, then there's bishop e5. The position's still bad for me, but I'm trying to create something here. There's also rook f6 ideas. Yeah, let's take. Position opens up a little bit. Now I no longer ever have to worry about f4 coming. I spent a lot of time there, but I think it was worth it. I want to play rook f6 next. Chase the queen away. And then eventually play knight d5. And really just start controlling more squares in black's territory. Like knight d5 on the horizon. And there's a lot of fork possibilities. For example, actually, an example might come, so I'll hold off on giving any examples. I'm up on time again, which is nice. Like, the queen doesn't have too many squares. Like, what are the options? These 3 squares and that's it? And probably against any of them I play this. Interesting. Queen e8. Okay, let's have an outpost. Is the rook trapped? I think the rook might be trapped. So if he moves here or here, I have knight b6. And I'll win material back. A little bit of material back. Yeah, I'm feeling some momentum. These pawns are still kind of scary. Still 2 connected passers in my territory. But, okay, the rook is attacked. The king will be a target very soon. Up a minute on the clock now. Wow. I forgot about that move. It's probably a good move, because now my knight's pinned to my bishop and I can't take the rook. This would be interesting, but then this would be interesting. Rook af1 also may be playable, but I don't want to give black time to play d2. Put my phone on silent. Takes. Taking doesn't really work here. There's one thing I'm concerned about, which is if I do this and there's like this move, queen taking. So I'm thinking about playing this first and then doing this. Oh, there's still kind of a gamble. I'm expecting rook b3 here. We'll see what happens. Okay. I'm actually happy to see rook b3. I was more scared of queen takes d5 actually, because now rook b6. And I think the rook is actually trapped now, and he can't take it because I forked the king and queen. So I actually don't know what black does. maybe might be one move. There's one move that I see that's playable, which I'm trying to calculate. Time is ticking. After the game, I'll look at the opening suggestions and make a list. But I'm liking my chances to not lose this game. Yeah, Queen A4 is a move that I was imagining. It's a move that I would play. So it's still a fight. My time is ticking too. I could consider knight here winning the rook, but then things get very messy. Maybe play like rook b1. So knight there. Wait, this is actually very complex and maybe just bad for me. My time is ticking too. Knight here. Takes. I didn't really see much. I really didn't want to do that. I'm not liking my position anymore. But there's still like weird hope. Knight there. Let's do this. Time scramble, time. Good move. We check. Check. Oh, this is not good. Rook d8 may be coming. I need a miracle though. Okay. Oh, that was a good move actually. I need a huge miracle. That was also a good move. I think I'm gonna lose this. I fought so hard. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. Is there any sense in playing on? Maybe h3. Always play h3. Create safety for the king. I resign. Good game. Well played. I was trying. I don't know if I had anything better. Like Queen A4, I saw I should have started calculating way beforehand. Maybe this line was a better try, but it also seemed very bad for white. GG. I wasn't looking at the chat too much. Do I want to look at the chat? Okay. Maybe I'll do some quick analysis. Okay. Latvian Gambit next game. Okay, I'm growing my opening list. Latvian Gambit. Yada yada. Yada yada. Okay, let me catch up. Oh, Scotch. Opening. Hyper accelerated dragon. What happens if I take the rook on b3 first and then fork the other rook? Yeah, so I'll try to do some analysis. First of all, I should have seen d3 was in this position. This is the danger of playing f3, like the king being a target, like king h1 was kind of a must. But black has compensation here, according to Stockfish at least. Let me turn off engine analysis. And let's go back to, I think this was a question, what if I do this and then fork? Yeah, this is probably a better try. But okay, d2, and I can't stop black from queening, I don't think. That's a problem, like d2 happens in so many of these lines. Hey, we have a sub. Requiem, thanks for subbing. When did I lose a queen? I'm already trying to suppress the memory. Semislav Botvinnik system. It's like the most theoretical opening ever. Semislav Botvinnik. Okay, so I have a list of opening recommendations. Go to move 30. Oh, is a3 bad? Did I have a better move here? Bishop c3 instead of a3. Ah, bishop c3. That makes a ton of sense. That's what I was trying to do as well. I don't know why I didn't... I feel like I considered this. I don't know why I would have rejected it. Yeah, that's a great move because the rook just has no squares and it's tied down to b6. And my knight defends everything. It doesn't look like there's counterplay. Do you use your gift? I'm using it as we speak. As I speak. What if I play knight b6 instead of rook b6? Yeah, I didn't want to allow, like, knight b6 wins material, but it simplifies. And sometimes it's better to keep pieces on the board rather than simplifying. Hey, it's $10. What's the message? To help ease the pain. Thanks, R. Beasley. Appreciate it. Eases the pain slightly. The best way to ease the pain is tea and donations. Do I like to torture low-rated players? Not usually, but I mean, sometimes. Okay. No, I'm gonna use the $10 to buy more tea, and not painkillers. Let's move on. Let's play another game. I did add Scotch Gambit to the list. Scotch Gambit. Okay, so my list is now the Grob, Cambridge Springs, Latvian, Scotch Opening, Hyper Accelerated, Semislav Botvinnik, and Scotch Gambit. I already played the Scandinavian, actually. If you want to see it, you can go back in time. I need a better system for accepting challenges. Let's play an FM. And are there any white openings? The one white opening is the Grob. I'm playing the Grob. Who suggested this? Ah, Guerrero saying the English opening. I would have played English. before playing the Grob, but it's too late. Okay. I could play a Scandi with g4 included. Looks interesting. g4 probably hurts white more than it helps white. But it does maybe restrict knight f6. And thanks Kez, 1337 for subbing. So this isn't your typical Grob. Then again, Grobs are just not typical. He's going to play d5. So I think I have to just kind of treat this seriously now. Play objectively. Whoa, it's more bits. You rock, Eric, keep up the good work and stream more often. Well, if you incentivize me like that. Piano Wow, that's another new name. A few new names. Thanks, Piano Wow. The last game was not the best work, or not my proudest work. So Yellow Dragon is thinking. I mean, d5 looks so obvious. But again, like, usually the normal way for black to develop is moving the knight, but always has to watch out for g5. If this were a normal Scandi, my pawn would still be on g2. So the added benefit is I also have this move. Queen h4, wow. I mean, Queen h4 confuses me because it looks like I can just develop with tempo and my queen defends from a distance. So I'm actually pretty confused. I mean, maybe he was just trying to like scholars maybe, but I would have taken a few moves in a row and it wouldn't even be mate. I think the queen has to like go back where it came from. If it moves to f6, queen d8. Because f6, I would attack it more. So I have a few free moves compared to normal Scandi. Trying to figure out how to develop knight c3. Let's just play knight c3. I mean, sometimes white wants to play pawn c3. But my queen won't get trapped. So this is essentially a Scandinavian, but I'm up 3 tempo, or tempi. So black finally develops something that's not his queen. What to do? Probably develop the bishop. I might even want a queenside castle at some point. This is a move too. Knight e4, bishop e6. There's also queen e4. Black wants to play knight e7. I think I'll start with bishop g5. Try and provoke. I mean, I'm trying to provoke f6. Knight e7, expected. Knight d5 in the air. Queen e4. Queenside castling is a move. I think I'll queenside castle. I guess I am sacking a pawn. I don't think black wants to take the pawn. If bishop takes f2, I probably have like e3. I'm castling queenside because I'm actually prepared to attack on the king side. Like move 1, I kind of made my intentions clear. So d6. Still looking at like these more concrete continuations, like here, bishop b6. I'd like to generate more initiative. There's also this move, which is interesting. I don't know if it does much, but it looks fancy. Like knight e4, bishop b6, knight e5. Okay, black wants to play bishop d7. Wait, knight d5 has a threat to it. Probably bishop d7 would be played. Then queen e4. Actually looks quite nice, because if I get in queen e4 next, for example, bishop d7, queen e4, then all three of these pieces are tied down to the knight, so black wouldn't be able to castle. And it's not easy to remove like any of these pieces. So maybe black will castle right now. f6. That can't be good, but maybe it's playable. Or maybe it's good, I don't know. Okay, f6. I mean, first temptation is to sack. Takes. Takes. King f8. Queen f4. I don't think it works. Like, there's knight g6. Knight g6, knight takes h7. Wait, I'm calculating mate, actually. Takes. King f8 or f7. Here. Then knight h7. Double check. If king f7, I'd have knight g5. So I double check, king g7. Oh, queen f6 isn't playable. I mean, what's a normal move? Like bishop f4? It's so tempting, though. Also, there's this other line. So takes. King f8. Queen g4. Knight g6, and then queen h6. King here. I could have knight g5, king takes, here goes back, I win the bishop, I'm still down a piece for 2 pawns. Takes. Okay, this line with queen f4. Problem is there's king g7 as well, but then g5. I mean, do I go insane? It's so tempting. I'm doing it. Black's slightly underdeveloped. I already have my pawn on g4. The pawn on g4 is meant to support a knight on f6. Sometimes you just have to rely on intuition. I don't think king f7 makes much sense, because it's just asking for knight g5 at some point. And the only other legal move is king f8. So I should keep calculating. King f8, queen f4, knight g6, queen h6, king f7, g5. My queen is kind of stuck. I don't think there's... Maybe there are other options here. I mean, queen f4 looks most enticing. Could play g5. Could play knight g5, attack h7. Hmm. Oh, there's some interesting line, like queen f4, knight g6, queen h6, king f7. Then I just take on h7, so I'll have knight g5 coming. Okay, I'm gonna do it. Black's under pressure. I'm down material for the second game in a row. Not to mention I am threatening like these double checks. I don't think they work after knight g6. Knight g6 is the only move that I've been considering. I mean, there might be other options. Never mind. So knight d7 doesn't lead to anything, I don't think. Or does it? Probably king g7. Nah. Knight takes h7, king g7 again. Okay, so let's go for this. I'm going all in. It's like poker. King f7. That's what I was expecting. Now the question is, I mean, there's a few options here. I have this, I have this, I have this. Knight g5 probably doesn't work. g5. My queen gets stuck. Like g5 and then h5 or h4, h5 is interesting. My time is running low. So if I take on h7, I have a threat of knight g5 to win this knight. And knights can start talking to each other. I don't see anything wrong with this. Because I win a pawn, I keep initiative, I weaken the defense of the knight. And okay, I mean, the immediate idea is to do this and win the knight, but then there's other ideas. If I have a couple moves, I have this idea, I have this idea. So in a rapid situation, like even though I'm down on time, I think this is probably just preferable for white. Even if it's still like objectively fine for black. I don't think it's easy to play for black. You just call me a night whisperer? That would be a good TV show. Like the dog whisperer. Whispering to nights. Okay. Queen g8. Interesting. So defending and counterattacking. If I play this and then king e8, I think my queen's trapped. So I probably have to go all in further. Wait a minute. If here, king e8, I fork. So knight g5, he has to play king e7. Wow. I don't see what else to do. I'm thinking h4. Oh, a2's attacked. That's so random. I don't think that's a threat though, because I take on g6 or have queen g7. Maybe I'd play this? g4 is also hanging. There's actually problems here. So the best approach is probably to continue some momentum. Maybe bishop g2. Access d5. That's why I played g4 in the first place, right? Bishop g2, interesting move. Okay, I just assumed black can't take on a2 because queen g7, and then wherever the king goes, my knights come into play. And probably just mate. If takes g4, bishop d5. And it's nice, because like if my bishop lands on d5, I'm controlling like all these squares in black's territory. And I'll like win the knight or the queen. And it's not easy to fight for d5. Okay, maybe bishop e6 will be played. Then maybe I can consider f4, but that would allow bishop e3. So bishop e6, if I take, then my knights stop talking to each other. Such a confusing position. I'm thinking bishop e6, I have bishop e4, just target the knight. Knight there I forgot about. Can I just play bishop d5? Bishop d5. He wants to take on g4? Such a mess. Takes on g4, takes on g8, takes on h6, I have nothing. So bishop d5 takes on g4, queen h3 maybe. I mean, I could play h3, but it seems slow. Knight e5 was a very interesting move. Maybe bishop d5 takes and then queen h5. And then queen g7. And then h3. Knight takes f2. No. Rook f1. I might have to go for it. Time is ticking. Could play h3 immediately. It slows down. Anything else? f4? No. Okay, let's play bishop d5. I'm being sucked into this line. So takes g4, queen h5, queen g7. My pieces are swarming the king. Yeah. So h3, no. Rook g1 is interesting. Let's play rook g1. It's still very complex. I don't know who has initiative. He has a threat, I make a threat. He makes a counter threat. My king is still safer than his king. But my time is lower. That move I forgot about. Do I have to sack a queen? I have knight, or I have queen f3 too. I mean, taking f6 is also interesting, but probably bad. So let's do this. He takes on h7, but I have queen e4. Okay, I'm hoping one of these lines works out. take on h7 first. Maybe this? No. This is a problem. Rook g5 is just such a random move, just like a panic move. But okay, at least I have some idea. I'm down 2 pieces. But his king's on e7. But I have 6 seconds left. Queen e4 coming. Maybe this? With queen h6, I think I have to play rook dg1. Rook takes c5 also maybe an idea. He's kind of consolidating, which is kind of annoying. Knight e5, maybe queen f4. It's probably a good move. Let's play queen here. Now there's lots of attackers on the knight. The problem is my rook's pinned, and I'm down 2 pieces still. So let's unpin. Now I'm threatening this to win the queen. Also some idea, I wanted to play f4, but the f-pawn's pinned. I'm also threatening this to win the queen. King d7, I still have rook g7. So that's a move. Let's play b4. I don't know if b4 works, but it's a move. What's going on here? Takes f2. I want to deliver a check and win the queen. Let's do this. Well, I think there's a move that could have killed me. That move might also kill me. Okay, yeah, the queen trade is pretty much just game over, sadly. Also this move. Oh my gosh. This is not going to end well. Do I have any sort of... so much pain. I resign. What a game. That was an incredible position. I feel like there was some, even around here, I don't know. I wanted to play this, but knight e5 just defends everything. Maybe I should play this sooner, but still knight e5. 20 knights defense. Yeah, good game, Yellow Dragon. I don't even know where to start like analyzing. I mean, f6 is probably the beginning. Actually, g4 is the beginning. How many times has this occurred on Lichess? This specific position? Gotta be less than 100. Almost 1,000 games. What? That's the amazing thing about Lichess is you put in some like random position and there's hundreds if not thousands of games. White has a decent score. Yeah, queen h4 is just bad. And then this was maybe questionable, but it was fun. I'll use Stockfish coming up. Knight e5 I think was a very good move, at least like in a practical sense. And like I kind of wanted to play h3, but it just seems slow, and bishop takes f2, followed by bishop e3. Thought it's just too much for black. So I think this is also a key moment. Don't think I made the right decision. But then again, it's very difficult because my queen is just stuck. Like all these things are stuck, even though they're trying to attack. They're clumsy, and knight f6 is a threat. So I'm probably just worse here. Let's check Stockfish. This is something that Stockfish will just crunch through. If you don't want to see the engine evaluation and you want to close your eyes, or you want to study on your own, then you should close your eyes. Yeah, black's just winning. Big time. -6. It's funny because during the game I didn't feel like I was -6 until a few moves later. Is it just losing the whole time? What does Stockfish think of knight takes f6? Oh, white's winning. e3 is not a move I considered. Queen f4, okay. Stockfish is just confused. It says 1.1 up here. It was saying +2, but now it changed its mind. Keeps changing its mind. We found a position where the computer just doesn't understand. Like this number doesn't really mean much. Like bishop, what is bishop g2? So queen f4, it liked it first. It's funny, it shot up to +2 and now it just says equal, and now it's better for black. Wait, what? Yeah, sometimes this happens with engines, like you play out a line and it'll just keep changing its evaluation. Queen g8, so this is all stuff. Yeah, knight c5 was very strong. I was just losing. Good game. Okay, I think I'll play a quicker time control. So bishop e4 instead of bishop d5. Bishop e4, I didn't consider. Maybe it's a move. Stockfish. Still knight takes g4 because things fall in the end. It's still complicated. Even, yeah, bishop takes f2 is probably easier. So this is a monster threat. Okay. Let's accept someone. I need a better system. Normally I try and ask Siri, but there's too many. I mean, it's too many people. I think I said I would play a quicker game. So let's play Venex. 3+2. I'm on a losing streak. I've lost 2 games in a row. Where's my list of opening recommendations? Latvian Gambit, Accelerated Dragon. Let's play a Latvian. If he plays knight f3. If he plays knight c3, I'll play a reverse King's Gambit. I don't know if this is a thing, but now it's a thing. Like, it's just a reverse King's Gambit. This actually looks kind of playable. And we have another sub. Thanks Concordians, 2019. Do I want to take? Probably not. because then it would just strengthen white's center. Now I want to play this, threatening the fork. We'll trade. Open a file. I know there's people challenging me. I'm very aware. Asking me to accept a challenge, you need pretty good reason. At least for this stream, it's just random. I'll have some more like fair system in the future. Okay, so I'm down a pawn. Third game in a row I'm down material. But now I won my pawn back. Now I'm winning another pawn. Easy to forget. This a file. Now there's some funny trick if this and this and then this and then I win on d4. So I don't think he can take the d4 pawn. Anything better? I'm thinking about this. Mating ideas, but this looks good enough. I could even take on d4 right away. Looks very nice. This is easing the pain of the previous game. Knight e4 is coming. Wow. What a fork. I don't know if I even want to take the queen. Just resign. It's a good time to resign. Yeah, the knights are just so fun. If there was a TV show called The Night Whisperer, this would be a very good episode. Okay, thanks Fenex for the game. Real quick, is this a real thing? Like, I'm curious if f5 is like a playable move in master level play, because I don't see anything immediately wrong with it. It might just be that white has some move like d4 to refute things. Like tens of thousands, or over 10,000 games here. Master's database, anyone play it? Nope. It's sometimes interesting to like play a dubious move and then try and figure out the refutation. d4, e takes d4. Squishy Hercules. Thanks for bits. d4, e takes d4, queen takes d4, knight c6. There's probably like some King's Gambit theory where like white can probably have King's Gambit up a tempo. Yeah, it takes in g4. It's a bold approach, but... And what if d5? g5, wow. Isn't there some line where black sacks a piece? Like takes... I think still in a practical sense, if white's not stockfished, and if white is 1,000 points lower rated, then it might be playable. Okay. Let's move on. Another challenge. Who do I want to play? This is tiring. This is very tiring. Let's play a new name. Which one of these names looks new? This looks new. Lina Darto. I can't read. Linar Dator. Whatever your name is. Good luck. Oh, I should take another opening suggestion. Okay. I have one of two openings in mind. Either Cambridge Springs or Semislav Botvinnik. I'll play a Semislav regardless. Against e3, I can't really play Cambridge Springs. I can't play the whatever Botvinnik variation, but we'll have a Semislav. And bishop e2 looks kind of slow. The main move is knight c3. Trying to figure out like if there's a way to punish this or if I just have to develop normally. Bishop e2 is probably playable. I think what I'll do is I'll play what I would have played if white played knight c3 as this a6 move. The idea is to take, to play b5 and then c5. And I do waste time like playing c6 and then c5, but white wastes time playing bishop e2, then taking, and then bishop b3. So let's play c5. We might trade queens. And by no means is black better here, but I think it's equalizing. Equalizing is the first step to getting some advantage as black. Maybe c4? So bishop b7. And c4 looks attractive. a4 is a good move. Let's play c4. I get the bishop to b7. Nice bishop in these types of positions. I have a comment from Ouiji Shi. Watch on YouTube. Nice. Yeah, I think more people watch on YouTube than Twitch. But most of my YouTube content is Twitch streams. Let's play queen b6. Queen b6 is a normal way to defend the pawn. And then I'll probably go for bishop d6. It's like the Danish Gambit, but I'm not down material and I have my amazing bishops. And normally white would like to play e4 in these positions, but e4 might run into b4. It could get messy, like e4, b4, bishop a4, knight d7. If white plays e4, I'll start calculating. Wow. Actually, I won't start calculating. I'll just move and hope it works, because it's blitz. That's a move. Takes, 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 queen, then queen. Is there a line where we both get queens and we both keep them? If there is, I'm going for it. That would be insane. Also, thanks for the new subs, Kong Lord and Mega Sneaking Panda. Appreciate it. What is this? Takes, takes. Wait, okay. I'll start thinking after he takes on g7, assuming he takes on g7. What's material? I would be down the exchange, but I would have two queens. But white would have two queens. What is this? I can't resist. Oh, he takes on f8 though. But still playable. What a position. Like when both sides have two queens, like normal principles don't always apply. Like the fact that I could be down in exchange isn't the worst thing ever. It's more about like getting to the king. And this bishop, it's still like a sniper, just hiding in the corner. This is rated too, to take this seriously. After we keep our queens on the board. Doesn't want to have fun. Okay, so now it's just equal material, like after queen takes c1. But it's very imbalanced. My king's in the center. But I have a bishop and I have a g-file, and I'm threatening stuff. This could be coming. First I wasn't too scared of that, but now I'm realizing king f8, queen h6, kind of annoying. King e7, queen a3, so maybe knight d7. Knight d7 I have to be careful of taking, and then knight e5. So I have to allow something here. Wait. Let's actually do some calculation. King e7, queen a3, queen d6, we trade. And then how does he defend? Like knight h4. Actually looks nice. King e7 doesn't look like the safest place for the king. But at the same time, white's king isn't entirely safe. This knight needs some defending. If queen e3, probably this. Wait, queen e3, queen b7, queen a3, king f6. Okay, so we're going into this line. I guess white has queen e3 here, or queen c3. But then queen d5. It's actually very interesting. If we imagine like queen c3, queen d5, I don't know how white defends everything. Maybe bishop d1. Knight e1 wouldn't be playable because rook takes g2. The god of counterplay. I haven't heard that in a long time. But things are going well. Good to see you, M. Singer. So this is a line I was kind of hoping for. King h1 is a move. We might get some like very strategic endgame coming up. So I could take on f3 and just have better structure. Let's do it. Should be a nice endgame lesson. Because I just have better piece activity, and I have a passed pawn. White has just a number of weaknesses. Could take on d4. Takes on h7. Let's do this. If he wants to defend f3, then bishop e4 is necessary, but then I have f5. And the only way for the bishop to stay defending f3 is to do this. But then I think I just trapped the bishop with rook a7. So I'll win the bishop, or I'll win f3, or I'll win both. Or I'll maybe mate eventually. Okay, now the goal is to push a pawn. Like, the king's completely stuck. This knight can't really be removed. So white wants to do this. Wait, I don't want to lose f5. Let's just take the pawn. Why not? And maybe this? I'm threatening mate in 1. No, that's not mate in 1 because king g2. Forgot the knight would no longer control g2 after it moves. Oh, where's my trick? I mean, this is completely winning. It's just a matter of converting in a nice fashion. Can I trap the bishop? Could kick around the bishop. Bishop c2 here, bishop a4. I could win f2 then. Forgot about that move. Okay, let's just clean things up and promote a pawn. But white has been resisting. Kudos to fighting spirit. I don't need my e-pawn. The only thing I need is a c-pawn. Wait, what's going on? Let's do this. And then I have to walk to b3. And then I can zigzag my way down on the A and B file. If I didn't have an f-pawn, maybe it could be interesting, but... Okay, good game. I mean, I kind of wish my opponent... I think taking on h8 is the best move, too. And then it's probably best for me to keep queens on the board. And this would have been so much fun. Like queen f4. It's a race till checkmate. I'd be threatening this. Maybe develop my queen battery. I could maybe have like a triple battery someday. Don't often see a triple battery on a diagonal. What would Stockfish say about this position? It would probably just be terribly confused. But let's see. White's probably better, I would guess. But probably not a decisive advantage. +4. Stockfish kills all the fun. +7. It just calculates some mate. Like 95. 95, his bishop a4 is almost unstoppable. Okay, good thing my opponent didn't go for this. +7, so unexpected. So it'd be better for me to take on d1. Yeah, and of course, like if this were a tournament game, I mean, I should take on g7 and just be much better. But yeah, the possibility of having 4 queens on the board, too tempting. Any other opening suggestions? Opening suggestions. Hey, 505 subs. Nice. Well, I make a course on Two Knights Attack. I make a video on Two Knights Attack. I'm actually considering making a course. It's in the works. Oh wow, there's a lot more opening suggestions. English opening, Polish opening, Icelandic Gambit, Marin Khatum with a sub. What is this? Wait, let me add some stuff to the list. So English, Icelandic, fried liver, Bon Cloud, I don't think so, but maybe. Polish. I have no idea what the South African Gambit again. I don't think I'm playing the Grob again. That was way too stressful. London. If you want the London, just watch any of my previous streams. Traxler. Exchange French. Whoever said exchange French? No. But maybe. I played exchange French once in a tournament. I got a good position, but then I lost. Okay, let's play someone... Let's play the most appetizing name. Which name is the most appetizing? Muscle Knot, Excellenti. Most of these are not food. Unicorn, like a unicorn frappuccino, which I never had because they discontinued it. Oh, iced Americano. That looks most appetizing. Any other food names? Monkey Dew. No, we're gonna play iced Americano. Not something I usually drink. Good luck. Smoked brisket in the chat says I am the most appetizing. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that name. Smoked brisket. Okay. Wait, what were the D4? A lot of these were E4 openings. Were there any D4 openings? Grob, fried liver, London, yada yada. Oh, Dutch defense, someone said. Okay, I'll play a Dutch. Good luck. I'm playing a Dutch. Playing the London. This is what I play against the Dutch. So there's a very specific way white should approach playing bishop f4. Because it's not always that easy to justify. Because I'm going to put my pawn on d6. I'm going to employ this setup. And then long term, I'll play e5. Let's start with d6. Knisley would play g4 against the Dutch. Or just g4 on move 1. c3. Okay, so we have very standard London. And yeah, actually the nice thing about the Dutch, if white doesn't like challenge the setup right away, the first like 6 or 7 moves are very easy to play. And then the plan of playing e5 usually like knight d7, c6, sometimes queen e8 even. So just to share, when I'm white and I play against the Dutch, I don't play an early c3, but I play an early c4. And I would actually play an early c4 and then c5 without knight d2. And it's a very interesting line. Computer approved. Also a bit offbeat. How many people are Dutch in the chat? Like actually Dutch? T Darky says, "Hi, I am Dutch." It took me a moment. I thought that's your name, but it's probably your nationality. There's a lot of weird gambits against the Dutch. Like Staunton Gambit, there's a g4 gambit. There's this bishop g5 weird line. Queen e8 probably. There's also knight h5. Let's play queen e8. Like if I can get in e5, then it just facilitates like a nice nice kingside pawn storm. Queen c2. Okay, going for it. There's another opening recommendation, Black Mardimer Gambit. I'm not going to get to all of these. Also, for anyone wondering how long the stream will last, it's going to last until the mechanic calls me, because I need to pick up my car at some point this afternoon, which could be soon or it could be much later. Wow, e4. Moving the e-pawn before I could move my e-pawn. I mean, I could respond with e5, and then it's like Simon says. I could take. This bishop's not defended anymore, so there might be some tactics. This is where calculation comes into play. So takes, 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 takes. I want to deflect the queen from defending the bishop, but if I do this, then takes with check. So there's another move here, knight h5. Just attacking the bishop. If bishop e3 or g3, I play f4. Could also consider e5, but then there's this. So knight h5 actually looks most attractive here. Let's play knight h5. I don't think my opponent is watching. If he was watching, he'd realize I said f4 traps the bishop. But does it trap the bishop? Pretty sure it traps the bishop. My opponent is saying no with 3 O's. Maybe that signifies his next move. Or maybe it's a gambit. It's only a gambit if white wins. If white loses, it's just a blunder. Yeah, knight f4, this is nice. Targeting g2, let's put the king on h8. Okay, now it's time to attack. I already have a knight here. I'm thinking about, speaking of gambits, like gambiting a pawn, and if knight takes, I play this. Let's do it. It might be a bluff, but it might be just a good line for me. Let's see what happens. People still recommending openings. I have a very long list. If you guys want to see my list, look at this. Grob, Lothian. Oh, both of those I played. Accelerated Dragon, Scotch, English, Icelandic, Fried Liver, Boncloud, Polish. I think someone said Alakine and Nimzovich. Yeah, Albin counter gambit. Too many to write down. Okay, so the knight is attacked. It's also pinned because g2 is a mating square. And it's a sub. Do the Blackmar Deemer before the rest something something, says Hayuvi. Blackmar Deemer is actually quite playable. Like it's not too contingent on what the opponent plays if I'm white. Halloween Gambit. I played the Halloween Gambit in my match against Pepe, GM Pepe Cuenca. I forget the result. I think we drew. But like I sacked the knight and then he immediately sacked it back and it was just kind of equal. But then I played the Halloween Gambit a couple days ago in some Blitz tournament. And it was so beautiful. Such nice center. I don't know if white can save the piece here. Because if h4, I play h6. If knight df3, I still play h6. Is it actually playable in Blitz/Bullet? The Halloween Gambit? Yeah, especially in Bullet. Pretty sure there's a refutation. There's like some weird refutation, which is impossible to like figure out unless, ooh, you can take the knight. Unless you're prepared with like Stockfish. But then there's a very practical like continuation. So g3. Well, the pawn's pinned, so the only thing that's attacked is my rook. d5 is kind of a attractive move. Because there's so many pins and counter pins. Like this is pinned, the pawn is pinned to the queen. Yeah, those are the pins. I'm attacking the bishop too. And soon I just want to go for like some crazy attack. Bring my knight into play, bring my bishop into play. We'll see what white does. Just one note, and this should go without saying, but if you keep saying like play me in the chat, I probably won't play you, or I'll be less incentivized to play you. But okay, for the next one, I'll have to pick like some category of username, because this guy was the most appetizing. I'll have to figure out some other category. The most colorful, the heaviest. Oh, the dog behind me is my dog. If you want to see more pictures of my dog, you can follow me on Instagram. Bishop b3. Yeah, let's just bring more pieces towards the king side, putting pressure on the pinned pawn. So this is an amazing thing. Like I'm almost out of tea, but look at this. I have this and I just pour and it's more tea. Kind of cold at this point, but it's still okay. So the position's good, the time is good, material's good, the tea is good, life is good. I'm thinking about making, because I've been seeing other people do this. Let's play bishop f5. I have all my pieces single file aligned, like grade school. What was I saying? Oh, I'm thinking about making a merch. I've been holding off because I don't want to just sell random stuff. But honestly, it would just be for me to make like a mug that says life is good. And so is tea. Should make that. Okay, there has to be, I mean, all my pieces are on the king side. I want to play rook f8 just for a troll. But no, let's go for some mating attack. Looking for mating ideas, like this friend's mate in one. Has this idea. I mean, both my knights are kind of sort of attacked by pawns. Let's go here. My opponent says, I don't know if I should say what he said, but I'll say it because it's ironic. He says, I'm so embarrassed. That might make him even more embarrassed. I don't know. I came up with a joke yesterday. I haven't delivered it yet, but maybe now's a good time. What do you call it when you embarrass yourself doing Puzzle Rush? Puzzle Blush. Okay, let's get this game over with, assuming I can deliver mate in a better way than I can deliver a joke. I'm hoping that g takes f4 is played, so then I have knight e3, discovered attack, and just forced mate. If he doesn't take the knight, I'll probably have this idea. I also have these ideas. If I want to, I can bring the other rook into play. Should play the Dutch more often. Whoever suggested the Dutch, thanks for suggesting it. My jokes rating is 900. 900 is not bad. That's like, it's better than most people on the planet. Chat disaster. Wait, I didn't read most of the chat. Oh no, did I just lose all my followers? I think I lost all my followers. I'm so sorry. But it would be fun, like, to just start from scratch. Like, just start with like a clear slate. Oh wait, current follower count 10,090. Okay, good. I did not lose all my followers. So, we're lining up on the 4th rank now. If the knight moves, I made it basically in 1. If the pawn takes the knight, I have this. King h1, okay. Let's do... What do I want to do? Play knight h3. No, let's just go for mate. Should be good enough. The knight's pinned, so it's not defending the pawn. h4. Hey, it's another sub. Get your Nekos here. Thanks for subbing. I'm looking for a mate. Let's play this move. I'm putting all my pieces on light squares. But more importantly, I'm attacking the knight. I want to play rook takes. Now it's a question, will my opponent flag, resign, or get mated? Let's take with the rook. I'm still looking for force mate. I mean, okay, there's countless ways to win, but I want to do it like forcingly. Takes. My bishop's... Let's just take the bishop. No need to calculate. Okay. The time has come. Nice game. It feels like Bug House or Crazy House, where you just like start putting pieces like all around the king. But that was chess. Nice game. That was a fun one. Yeah, I think white should be okay after even after knight h5. Bishop c4 is an interesting move to throw in. There's also some idea of playing bishop g3, allowing f4 and then bishop h4. Should be playable. Okay. So, I know people want to play. Have any contact from the mechanic? Doesn't look like it. No, okay. So, what is this? Okay. 60 pending challenges. Oh wait, we need a category. Give me a category, someone. Let's do the heaviest. Like, what would be the heaviest thing out of all these usernames? Jack running. It's like 120 pounds, no, 150 pounds. A lot of these don't have weight values. Monkeys could be heavy. Lord nukes a lot. Alpha G. Horse lasagna. What is that name? Absolute units. Yeah, I think I have to play horse lasagna. That sounds really heavy. Horse lasagna. Good luck. 10-minute game. Was there drama llama? I missed drama llama. Skimming through. Wait, what opening do I play? Notes, Polish, fried liver. Okay, let's play e4 and see where it leads. I don't have any opening recommendations against the French, but someone was asking earlier about two knights attack. So I'm playing a two knights attack. Sicilian. Someone was asking earlier about Marazzi bind. It's a great thing about like so many people suggesting openings. You can always transpose into something someone suggested. So this is actually the last game of the World Championship, the last rapid game. Carlsen played d4 here. I usually like to play knight c3. Is knight c3? I think it's knight. No, it's bishop e2. I'm going to play d4. More typical Marazzi bind. Carlsen played this incredibly well. Like he gave Fabiano nothing and then just won. Now in this specific variation, white does need to be careful because there's ideas of like, for black, of playing knight f6 and bishop b4. g6 is not a move that is usually very good, especially when you already committed to e6. I think I'll just go ahead and play d5. It's very typical in Sicilian. If black doesn't take on d4, then d5 causes problems. And the problem with committing to e6 and g6 are the dark squares. Okay, this is a free pawn. What does black do here? f6. Or queen f6. If queen f6 or knight f6, I'll play e5. If f6, I'll just enjoy life. Maybe h4 or f4. Gain space. It's a very unfortunate position for black. So knight f6. So e5 is one consideration. There's also bishop g5. The knight is only defended by the queen. So there's some line like bishop g5, bishop e7, then d6. If queen a5, bishop d2. Let's do it. And if bishop g7, I have e5. There might actually be a way for black to survive here. I would be very impressed if black finds it, but it might involve queen here. If I play bishop d2, then the queen moves back. And like I wouldn't want to repeat. But it's kind of hard to find. Mr. Francier, thanks for subbing. Let me move the alert box up so it's not blocking. That's not letting me. Oh, there we go. Okay, so e5. Fix the microphone too. I think white's winning a piece. I feel my opponent's pain, but I also feel my happiness. Wait, chat, behave yourself. Let's not get too graphic. Even if this game is graphic, doesn't mean you have to be graphic in the chat. Apple, mango, banana. You have to sleep. Where are you? Asia? Probably Asia. Or Russia. Wait. Bishop d2 is probably what I should play. Yeah, let's play bishop d2. Is there anyone watching from Russia or China? I'm pretty sure Twitch is blocked in China. I can't remember having Russian viewers. Oh, there's some other Russian streamers though. Yeah, this is a good time to ask, where is everyone from? Saudi Arabia, Denmark, France. Oh, Chinese VPN for the win. Nice. Let's take the queen and then take the knights. Greece, Austria, Iceland, Paris, Ukraine, Turkey, Houston, UK, South Carolina, Croatia, Norway, Poland, Winchester, UK, Austria, Canada, Norway, Montreal, Slovakia, England, France, Ukraine, Belgium, Antarctica, Slovakia again, Saudi, but I'm American, Israel, Hungary, Germany, Holland, Canada, Brazil, Proxima Centauri, Michigan, Pakistan, Brazil, Greece, St. Louis, Missouri, nice, Normandy, Turkey, India, Spain, Colorado, Arizona, another Michigander, sound like Flanders, Indianapolis, Napa, California, Austria, Buffalo, Serbia, Norway, Romania, Georgia, chesscoach.net, welcome to the chat, Texas, Tunisia, Cuba, New Zealand, Wisconsin, the dumpster outside the 7-Eleven, 67th moon of Jupiter, okay, I think I covered most people. Gibraltar, nice. Kansas City. Okay, my opponent has moved. Now my mouth hurts from so much talking. This looks like a free pawn. And now I'm having some fork ideas. Okay. Actually, maybe I won't. Yeah, I was thinking maybe I should have considered this or this, but it shouldn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Let's do this. I'm trying to provoke king g8, and then I want to migrate my knight to e7. Hey, London, nice. Tennessee, Cape Town. Cool. If I had to pick one of these places to like travel to, I don't know which one I would pick. I'll actually be going to Tennessee in a few months. I would probably go back to London. It's a nice city. London probably has like the best food I've ever had. Like even the fast food places are amazing. But then any like sort of nice restaurant is just such good food. Okay, I have a plan. Also, did my stream die? Why is my stream being weird? Do people see this? Look at that. That's not a good sign. That's not a good sign at all. Always play f3. This is a nice move. I have no idea if people can see this. It's laggy. I deeply apologize. Can you hear me? Hey, it's green again. Look at that. Okay. We overcame a rough patch. You were losing me, but now you're winning me. Also, I'm threatening mate in 1. And the bishop. So f6 is played. Let's take the pawn. Don't want to take the bishop. The king is completely stuck. I don't know if I'm actually threatening force mate, but okay, it's completely winning. Probably my plan is to do this and this. And the stream is dead again? What is going on? I'm so sorry. I don't know what to do. The only thing I know how to do is go for mate. Okay, it's green again, that's good. But now it's back to red. Too many different colors. Okay, so I'm threatening to mate. Actually, this is double checkmate. I'm pretty sure I could pre-move this. That would just be mate, yeah. I'm done with this game. Yeah, I probably have to call the internet company because it shouldn't be dying like this. Assuming people can still hear me. Oh, my dog might be watching Netflix. That's maybe the issue. I don't know. I could restart the router. Okay, I think what I'll do is let's go to the homepage. Do people see this? Look at this. There's 2 people streaming. There's about to be only 1 person streaming. Last time I raided Andrew Tang, he said, "Thanks, Rosen," because he wanted to say thanks for the raid, but he also wanted to say thanks, Rosen. So raid penguin GM1. Goodbye, guys.